Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into podcast Room 303. Introducing one co-host with more nuggets than Chick-fil-A, Nick Morahan. Executive producer until we find someone better, Eric Washington. Nobody really knows what he does around here, Nevada Putnam. And now, the single greatest thing to happen to hosting in history, Jermaine Antonio Colon Mendez. On with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into podcast Room 303. I'm your host, Jermaine Colon Mendez. This is my co-host, Nicholas Morahan. And as always, we have with us the EPE. On today's episode, we'll be getting into pop culture pick'em, top 5 things you wanted as a kid but never got. We'll review head-to-head. We'll get into what the fuck headline, blind 5. And last but not least, the main topic of this week's show will be NFL Week 12 review and NFL Week 13 preview. How you doing this evening, Nick?
I don't know whether to be sad or excited that the Carolina Panthers fired Frank Reich. As I've been saying all season, I don't really care. And I think that's the greatest crime to happen in the Dave Tepper era, who's the Carolina Panthers owner, is that I don't care about Carolina Panthers football anymore. I don't care that they fired Frank Reich. I don't care that they have one win. I just don't care anymore. So Trey Boston, did I mention this last episode, the Trey Boston tweet?
No, this was after we recorded.
So Trey Boston, former safety for the Carolina Panthers, San Diego Chargers, and maybe somebody else.
Yeah, I think he played for like the Colts, probably.
Maybe Atlanta, maybe. Said that he was part of the 2015 Super Bowl team. And he said that Greg Olsen, Cam Newton, Ryan Khalil, Trey Turner, guys like that established a culture in Carolina. And yeah, Carolina's never had a back-to-back winning season, so that's bad. But at least there was a culture in Carolina. Right? Ron Rivera established a culture in Carolina. And normally when a head coach leaves, that culture kind of stays there through the players, and they pass that on. Matt Rule completely ruined Carolina Panthers culture. In the words of in trying to get high character guys in there. Now, is it Frank Reich's fault that they're 1-9? He probably shouldn't have given up play calling duties to a guy who scored 13 and 15 points. But he's largely operating with a team that one GM described it last year as a lot of these Carolina Panthers players wouldn't even be second string guys on most NFL teams. And then the guys they did have, see Hassan Reddick, are gone now because in Sean Fitterer, the GM, in his infinite wisdom, decided to not re-sign a guy that had 11 sacks and made Brian Burns a better player because he's operating on the side. Now we're not even talking about re-signing Brian Burns. Everyone on this roster is there's no culture because everybody's ready to get released or traded away. Yeah, that's my problem with the Carolina Panthers right now. Is there's no identity, there's no culture, and apparently, if I'm Frank Reich coming in, there's no faith in you, either from the GM, or from the owner, or from the players.
Yeah, it's the Panthers are 1-10, by the way.
Yeah, one win,
not 1-9. Also, it goes without saying, reports are saying that Josh McCown and Frank Reich wanted CJ Stroud. And Dave Tepper wanted Bryce Young.
Because he's such a great young man.
So,
because he has a good handshake. What the fuck? This is that whole fucking... It's that Matt Rule shit again. High character guys. Look, there was a comedian that I was watching that said on an NFL team, you need probably 6 guys to be high character guys. The rest need to be criminals.
Dogs. Ray Lewis.
Criminal. Murdered somebody. You need them to channel their anger to football. And that's why a lot of domestic violence happens, because they just do football at the wrong time.
They do football at the wrong time.
Right.
What
were you going to say, Eric?
I was going to ask, Bryce Young's getting a lot of heat and people are talking shit, but he's been the most accurate rookie quarterback. Does CJ Stroud actually, does he perform better, or is it just overall there's no culture, there's no quality players? Like, can we really say this is Bryce Young's, it's Bryce Young, right? Can we really say it's Bryce Young's fault?
So why did we score 27 points with Andy Dalton then? Running the same plays, running the problem is not Bryce Young. Let's get that out of our way first. He is he is one of the most accurate quarterbacks in terms of passing in the NFL, not just rookie. And he has the lowest separation upon catch of anyone. If you look at the chart, it's all these dots along the middle, and it's top left corner, there's Bryce Young. Accuracy, no separation.
Damn.
Right? And we like to call that an outlier for you data analysis folks out there.
Yeah. They also scored 27 because Andy Dalton threw the ball 50. Right. What was it? 53 times in that game?
And lost, right? And lost. That's lost by 2 scores. The problem is not Bryce Young. My problem with Bryce Young is he's just boring. I'm not entertained. Anthony Richardson would have entertained me because I don't know whether he's going to throw for 450 yards or 4 picks. It's a lesser version of Cam Newton. What am I getting out of this game? Right? Bryce Young, I feel like, operates on a game plan. He was game planned for really well in Alabama with really great coordinators. And if Carolina gets a really great coordinator who can game plan for him really well, he's going to be a good quarterback. But Anthony Richardson, CJ Stroud are guys that don't really need to be game planned for. They're dogs. DeMeco Ryans is not an offensive coach. CJ Stroud goes out there and he has a bunch of guys that can ball.
Well, the offensive coordinator for the Texans is outstanding, by the way.
Right.
He came from the 49ers. Eric, can you give me his name again? Mm-hmm. Trey Boston played for Carolina, the Chargers, the Cardinals, and came back to Carolina.
Bobby Slowick. He was born in 87. He's only 30-something.
Yeah, Bobby Slowick. So he was actually with DeMeco Ryans in San Francisco. And when DeMeco Ryans came over to be the head coach for Houston, he brought Bobby Slowick over to be the OC. I believe he was the quarterback's coach before that. Maybe wide receiver. I don't know. I could be wrong. But, he's one of the Houston Texans play calling is outstanding. Also, we talked about this in text. Texans last year were beating teams they weren't supposed to. We were betting them against the spread. Like, we were all over the Texans for a couple weeks stretch in October, November. So we should have realized that this was a dormantly talented team, and once they corrected the General Mills problem, they'd be fine. But it sucks that the Carolina Panthers have cornflakes instead of frosted flakes, but that's how it is. How are you doing this evening, Eric?
Doing good, man. Can't complain. Got a big matchup for Texas coming up this weekend. Hopefully we'll be in the college football playoff. Jalen Hurts doing magical things to win games. Can't complain.
I put this bet into head-to-head this week. Let's talk about a disaster. Let's talk about the best scenario that Texas faces, right? It's a Georgia win. It's a Michigan win. It's a Washington win. It's a Florida State loss to Louisville. Mm-hmm. And then Texas, and obviously Texas has to win. Step one.
Step one. Texas W.
Texas has to be the Big 12 champion. I think Texas is getting in that scenario. If you go by the college football rankings right now, which they never go by because they just want to get Alabama in. They want to get a rematch of the SEC title, which I never understand, ratings and stuff like that. That's the best scenario for Texas, right? That's what we want to see. Now, Team Chaos, if Alabama beats Georgia, I would like to say if Iowa beats Michigan, but that's not happening. The odds makers have set this game at, I think, 28.5 points. Michigan is favored by 22, which means the odds makers have not even favored Iowa to score a touchdown.
Yeah, they're like 6.5 points.
6.5 team total.
6.5 team total. Yeah.
Right. So Michigan's not being out. And Michigan wins. They're 1. Texas.
Alabama beats Georgia.
Alabama beats Georgia. Texas
Oregon beats Washington.
Because really the worst thing to happen to Texas is Texas doesn't win. Then we're not even talking about anything. But the team chaos thing is Texas wins. Louisville beats Florida State. Or Florida State beats Louisville. Sorry.
Oregon Alabama beats Washington.
Oh, yeah. Oregon beats Washington. And Bama beats Georgia.
Yeah, how many times are you going to say Bama beats Georgia?
Bama like beats
the fourth or fifth time. We understand that needs to happen for Team Chaos. All right, what else for Team Chaos? Nothing else?
I think that's it, right?
Yeah, that's it. So look, if Alabama beats Georgia and the rest of the teams stay undefeated, there's an infinite possibilities that comes off of that. So if Alabama beats Georgia, they're the SEC champion, right? So you would think Alabama needs to go in as the SEC champion.
The SEC champion has never missed a college football playoff.
But Texas beat Alabama.
But that was so long ago.
So if Michigan, Washington, and Florida State stay undefeated, right, and you have Georgia lose to Bama, you have absolute chaos in what they're supposed to do. Because if Texas handles business, they beat Oklahoma State in the Big 12 championship, that's 4-1 versus ranked opponents. And they have a head-to-head win against Alabama. And it will truly put this committee to a test. Because if they are just valuing SEC play, Texas has like one of the best resumes in college football on top of that, right? And we've done it with a backup quarterback, right? A redshirt freshman had to start 2 games for us before Quinn Ewers came back after a shoulder injury. We lost our starting running back to a torn ACL. Our offensive line has been banged up the last few weeks. Like our secondary, a lot of key playmakers have been hurt, and Texas is still handling business. How do you, in your right mind, keep Texas out if Alabama beats Georgia?
Because Iowa plays a close game against Michigan, and then we let Ohio State in. Because come on, man, they only got one. They only got 1 loss.
I don't know how we got to Ohio State, but that fucking would be annoying as shit.
Come on, man.
Ohio State is currently ranked ahead of Texas and Alabama in the college football playoff rankings.
It's so ridiculous.
That's so stupid.
They want Ohio State and Alabama to get in. They're the media darlings.
Yeah, but Texas is a tried and true blue blood. If you put Texas in the college football playoff, that is a ratings bonanza.
Maybe. We've never seen it.
Not maybe.
We've never seen it.
Not maybe, bro. It's fact.
I'm just saying, if Texas makes it, that's 29.53 million people fucking rooting for the UT Longhorns, bro. It's the population of Texas right now.
Yeah, but not all of Texas is for the Longhorns.
They're all tuning in.
They're all tuning in, and most of them are probably going to be rooting for a Texas team to win.
I'm just saying, to say Texas isn't a draw, isn't a darling. They literally created the Longhorn Network instead of the Big 12 Network, also, which I'm against. I'm firmly against. That's just the most nonsensical shit I've ever heard.
That might have been the catalyst to bring the Big 12 down.
Wow, what a bold stance, Eric.
Sorry, dude.
Eric, that is literally the thing that brought the Big 12 down. Maybe. It's why Colorado moved to the Pac-12.
It's why Nebraska left. It's why A&M left. Like, yeah, you're right. Missouri was in the Big 12. Missouri left too.
Now I'm just spitting facts then.
Yeah, without knowing it. They're acting like it's like, yo, you had like an epiphany that was like 8 years too late.
Nah, man. I knew what's up.
Eric, if you time travel back to like 2010, you're gonna blow some people's minds.
My guy did think he was saying some profound shit. You were accurate. You were dead on though. 100% correct.
Could you imagine wasting your time travel going back to 2010 just to tell people that the Big 12 was breaking up? They'd be like, what? You'd be like, I'm from the future. Texas is going to create the Longhorn Network and ruin everything. I got to go.
First of all, There is only one thing you should do if you ever time travel.
Go back to 2015 and bet Leicester City.
Go back and tell yourself to bet Leicester City to win it all. Like, that's the only thing. That's the only correct answer to a time travel question.
Like, come on, you louse bitch. I know you got $1,000. Put $1,000 on the motherfucker. You'll be fine.
Take a loan out. Take a loan
Take
out.
a small business loan for $50K out.
Put it
all
on
Leicester City to win the Premier League. Thank me later.
And enjoy the ride, motherfucker. That's the only correct answer. So if anyone ever says any other answer, it's wrong. It's incorrect. We're not going back. We're not killing Hitler. We're not doing any of that stuff.
Did Leicester have longer odds than the Nationals did when they won the World Series?
1,000.
They had, yeah.
It was like
plus 5,001 when Leicester won.
No, it was
way
bigger.
No, it was 60. It was 6,500.
They opened
at the start of the season. It was 65. It was 65 to 1.
It was 5 numbers.
At the beginning of the 2016 campaign, it was 5,001. 5,000 to 1 odds to win the club
if you put $1,000 on it, that's $1 million.
And 132 years of existing, they never even were a top 2 finish, and they won that year.
Exactly.
Crazy.
5,000 to 1 as American is what? 50,000 plus 50,000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyways, now that we've been sidetracked, let's go ahead and get into the what do you want to open with, Eric? Let's do head-to-head review.
You want to open with head-to-head?
Yeah, why not?
All right. Let's get this pulled up. Share the window.
Or do you have the what the fuck headline?
I do.
All right, let's do that.
You want to do that? Okay, so I'm going to switch it. I said this earlier. I don't know if you guys saw it in the IG group chat, but here we go. Boom. Taco Bell employee says she was threatened, harassed for complaining about alcohol-fueled Christmas party that included public sex.
Is that her in the video?
No, that's the mother that killed her 2 children.
What?
Yeah, the video is murderous moms analyzing accused and convicted child killers. Anyway, we're going to move on from that. That's dark as fuck.
Enhance.
A former Taco Bell employee in California says she was targeted for harassment and retaliation after speaking up about a wild holiday party at her workplace that included public sex between employees and the ruination of a guacamole bowl. According to the complaint reviewed by Law and Crime, blah blah blah. It was a Christmas party. When she got there, it was a potluck. When she got there, there was wrap all over the window so you couldn't see out, and all the cameras were covered, and alcohol was being served. And at one point, I just gotta bring this up here. At one point, walked back into the restaurant and witnessed her coworker Jonathan having sex with his wife in front of everyone at the party. His wife was bent over and was kissing both defendant Ruiz and another coworker Adriana. Just having a fucking orgy right there in the middle of a Taco Bell.
Yeah, so what's the problem?
That's an outlandish fucking headline, dude.
What's the problem? Why is she narking? What's the problem?
Sounds like she's not fun.
Yeah, sounds like she's not fun at all.
Oh, okay, yeah. Actually, I'm sorry. Let me finish this. So she was harassed for filing a complaint. People were texting her. One coworker texted her, "Baby girl, I want to break your face. I don't give a fuck about your car." The coworker also stated that you've been running your mouth for the longest, so run them hands, bitch. Plaintiff feared for her safety. The complaint adds there was other threats of violence, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, she's seeking a jury trial and unspecified amount of money for damages.
She's winning.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure.
Just talk about
Wifey was getting gangbanged while homie was throwing up in her guacamole bowl. That's fucked up, dude.
This is wild.
Hey,
also, a Christmas party at a Taco Bell. Come on,
hold on. No, it was the Taco Bell employee. She was a cashier there.
Yeah, but it was at the Taco Bell.
Yeah. Hey, look at this. Shorty right here is a killer, but she's kind of bad, dude. Look at that, dude.
Bruh. All right, do the headline that I put in the doc.
That's a bad smile.
There's a headline you put in the doc?
Yeah. Because I didn't think we had one.
Oh. I stopped putting them in there because I don't want you guys to see it before.
Why? What if we share it?
Oh, if you shared it, then whatever, but you didn't share it.
It's not, boom. These aren't a secret.
I'll let you take this one, Jermaine.
Yeah. Nah, go ahead, bro.
This is your guy and his mom. I'll let you
go
take
ahead, bro. Enhance.
Enhance.
Just messing with you.
Wild rumor surfaces about Chicago Blackhawks superstar Connor Bedard's mother and his teammate Corey Perry. Yo, let's spotlight mommy right here.
This is
Ooh.
chaos, bro.
Dude, this is.
Hey, Connor Bedard's mom is very pretty, though.
Hey, he kind of looks like his dad, so I could see like her attraction to him.
Oh, Jesus. And we're canceled again.
What? What did I say that's so wrong?
And we're canceled again, Eric, because Eric's friggin'.
She is very attractive. But I want to know if she's still married, because that makes this even worse. If she's single, then all right. I mean, it's still kind of shitty to fuck your boy's mom. But
Yeah.
What's her name? Mary Bedard?
I don't know. I mean, Connor Bedard's on my team, not the mom. She divorced, Eric?
I'm looking at it
because I swear that the mom and dad went to every game together.
Yeah, it doesn't mean they're together, though.
That's a good point.
Yeah, both of Jason Kelce and Travis Kelce's parents went. They've been divorced since they were like 7.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So you're telling me Mama Kelsey's on the market, dog?
Taylor Swift is locking that up.
Eric's still
Eric is just drooling over Connor Bedard's mom.
From the article that I just read, it appears that she is single.
Okay.
So then it's not. I mean, it's still shitty that you fucked your teammate's mom, for sure.
Also,
Delonte West called. He said, "Get your own gimmick."
Also, when you're brought in to be a quote, and this is just bad messaging. The Blackhawks brought Scory Perry in to be a quote unquote father figure for Connor Bedard. So he was just doing what the team told him to do.
He understood the mission.
He did understand the assignment.
That's crazy. That's so funny. And then so the other one is the Josh Giddey news.
Oh,
yeah, I stayed away from that one because I don't want to get into that.
Oh yeah, now you don't want to get canceled.
I don't want to get into that.
Yeah, Josh Giddey apparently hooked up with a 15-year-old. Is the rumor has it? We don't know. It's all conjecture at this point. He is still playing basketball, so it really does lend it to seeing that maybe he did not know.
Hey, shout out to the homie that took that video in the club and may have just saved Josh Giddey $250 million in losses.
Josh Giddey needs to find him and put him in his entourage.
That dude's I was just going to say, that dude's in my entourage. He's on payroll. In fact, his job is to photograph me at all times.
Yeah, I'm about to give him
the
the best camera ever.
I'm like, dog, all you do all day is take pictures of me.
You are my paparazzi. Yeah.
Todd, you are you caught the best video I've ever seen in my life. Like, for real.
I'm paying for that dude's little sister's college. If he's got like parents, I'm putting them in a mansion.
This is either going to be a massive miss by multiple people and organizations. And if Josh Giddey did this, the NBA, the Oklahoma City Thunder, you string them all up at this point, because it is a massive miss for sports in general. But to your point, Jermaine, teams are normally pretty good about this. We don't know what the Corey Perry thing is, but if you look at the Chicago Blackhawks GM statement, it almost reads like child pornography or like sex with a minor sort of things, where they're like, it was disgusting what he did, and we're not going to talk about it. And the team doesn't even know what it is.
Unacceptable conduct, right? That's what they're calling it.
That's all it is. It's all.
Yeah. And you look at how quickly the Tampa Bay Rays dealt with, at the time, just allegations on Facebook about Wander Franco. His locker was cleaned out the next day.
Yeah, he was gone. Especially
in this current environment, you have to think that maybe Josh Giddey didn't do that. And no disrespect if he did, because if he did, what a fucking dirtbag.
Yeah. What an idiot on top of that, dude. But we're in a post-Epstein Me Too era. Like, you cannot be handling this situation the way the NBA is handling it,
right,
without having some sort of like concrete proof. Because usually they suspend before they find out. They usually do. Like, Trevor Bauer was instantly suspended.
Oh, yeah.
And he is vindicated right now.
And that was That was a woman. That was not a minor.
Yeah, that's exactly.
That dude was playing in Japan before the fucking
the court
charges were even fucking pressed.
Yeah.
I think before they even had the first court date.
Yeah.
My guy was already in Japan trying to lace him up. So, yeah, man. Look, if Josh Giddey ends up being guilty, holy fuck, the firestorm is going to be crazy.
that's a miss and a half.
I'm speaking from a viewpoint where I'm praying and I hope that it was, not what the original thought was. But imagine this. Thursday night, you're out, or Wednesday night, you're out clubbing, chilling. It's Thanksgiving. You're a little hungover. You wake up. You're hyped for some food. And then your fucking phone is just brr, 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 and you look up and they're like, Josh Giddey banged a 15-year-old. You're like, no, I didn't. What? No, I didn't. I was in the club.
You imagine how bad that would be? Like, dude. And it looked like he was dating her, right?
Yeah, there was multiple pictures and shit. Like,
I would do this.
It does look a little shady, dude.
The second that I saw that, I would scroll to my contacts. I'd hit the lawyer. I'd go, hey. I don't know if you
Happy Thanksgiving, motherfucker.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
You're not eating with your family today.
How's your turkey? We got to talk.
All right, boys. We're running a little long. Let's go ahead and get into head-to-head, Eric.
All right. So, head-to-head. Last week, week 46, Jermaine went 2-1. Hit on some solid parlays. His anytime touchdown parlay.
Finally hit it.
Yeah, he's been working for like 8 weeks straight to get that. And to top it off, the homies threw on an extra touchdown, each of them.
Bro, that's what Eric and I were sitting there talking. We're talking through the games that we just saw. And I turned to him and I was like, "Yo, if I would have bet, because I had Derrick Henry, Bijan Robinson, and Isaiah Pacheco. If I would have bet them two plus touchdowns, oh my god, because each of them hit 2.
I think Derrick Henry 2+ touchdown was plus 800 maybe, because I almost bet it.
By himself, it was plus 800.
By himself.
I can't imagine what Pacheco and fucking Bijan.
Yeah, exactly.
Pacheco would have been insane.
Plus 100,000.
And then Jonathan Taylor had 2 as well. And I contemplated putting Jonathan Taylor into this parlay. And I was like, look, I get too froggy. I get to 4 or 5 dudes. I'm like, the research says they should score touchdowns. I was like, let me just pick 3 fucking guys. Like, we're going to be good, dude. But no, it hit. I'm super happy. But fuck Bijan.
Yeah, solid week for Jermaine. He was down 163 or 16.3 units. He is now down 6.8 units with the 2 parlays hit. Good shit, Brody. 49, 82, and 1 on the season. Nick hit on a pretty big parlay as well. It was his Turkey Day parlay. Green Bay plus 7.5, Dallas minus 11, San Francisco minus 7. He went 1-2 on the week, putting him at down 7.1 units, 44.
Wait. I jumped Nick in units.
Yeah,
eat my shit, bitch.
Let me talk about something. It's this week, so we'll cover it next week's episode. Fuck Barcelona.
Yeah.
This parlay could have gone through.
Yeah.
If they just didn't sub Ferran Torres on, and in the 75th minute they sub Ferran Torres on. So
on or off?
On. He didn't start.
Oh.
He came on the 75th minute.
And because he played.
And didn't score a goal.
Oh, your parlay
lost the parlay.
So if he didn't play, they would just pull that bet and you get the other 3.
And then they redo the odds.
Oh, that's tough. It's tough.
That's garbage.
Sorry, Brody.
Good Turkey Day parlay hit though. That made me happy.
That was nice.
Detroit. We'll talk about Detroit when we get to week 12.
All right. I went 1-2, putting me at 48.84, down 2.1 units. I am currently sitting in first as far as units are concerned. Nevada went 0-3.
How much you missed that anytime touchdown by?
Oh my fucking god, dude!
Brown got it right.
Everything hit on that parlay except for fucking Amon-Ra.
Oh, dude!
I literally picked Miami
defense.
D special teams defense to get a touchdown. Denver's first drive to be a punt. I was just clicking buttons, dude.
My guy picked the wildest parlay ever, and the one normal bet is the one that fucking missed.
St. Brown.
St. Brown to score. For 8 yards, but one of them was a touchdown. At least he knew what was up. fucking Amon-Ra.
That's
sun god.
That's so funny.
It wasn't shining on you that day, you bitch. Anyway.
It was the moon, dude.
It was the moon. It was the moon
sun god lost
sun
to
god.
the waxing gibbous, dude.
Dude, I should have known, bro. Anyway, Nevada went 0-3.
Loser.
Putting him at 48-81-1 on the season, down 6.2 units. As far as units go, it goes myself, Nevada, Jermaine, and Nicolas.
What are yours?
2.1.
Plus?
Minus. We're all on the neg, dude.
My goodness.
We're all on the neg, bro.
I can't believe I jumped Nick in 1 week. What a fucking loser. Get your shit together, Nick.
That's just how it's going to be for, I think, the rest of the year, dude.
Head-to-head, Eric. I'm sorry. Pop culture pick'em. Top 5 things you wanted as a kid but never got. Today's order is Nick, myself, Eric.
I'm going to start off strong. Top 5 things I wanted as a kid. Number 1, a mom.
Perfect answer. No, I'll go second. I'm going to go with laid.
Eric, you're up. Come on. Keep the momentum.
He's so mad at us already, dude.
I'm not mad. I had some fucking dumb shit I was gonna say too, but I scrapped it all.
So say some dumb
Why
shit.
Why do you always do this? Why do you always
your mouth
think of
and
shit
say
talk
some dumb
and
shit.
then don't say the shit talk? Just say it. It's encouraged.
By the way, for those of you not named Nevada Putnam who've been in our text group, Eric has been slowly working on his beginner shit talking class. Right now, his only topic is the Carolina Panthers. I would like for him to branch out to more teams, but I'm proud of you, Eric.
I got you, bro. I'm expanding. I'm learning. The one thing I could think of as a kid that I fucking always asked for and never got was a pool. So that's number 1 for me.
Jesus Christ, what a privileged life.
Oh my God, yeah.
Damn,
a mom laid and I wish I had an in-ground
My guy
pool.
was asking for a pool for Christmas.
I wish I had a heated driveway.
How did this happen? I'm just sitting here.
All right, Eric, don't fuck up your second pick.
Let's go price out how much a pool costs.
It's like $20,000. My dad looked into it. He brought people over and they looked into it, and the reason they didn't do it is because, well, it's $20,000, and I was fucking 10 years old.
That's a lot.
I probably would have used the pool twice.
A 20 by 50 rectangular in-ground pool is $12K.
I have a black dad. Anyway,
you would have definitely used that pool more than twice, though, Eric.
I don't know. My dad never taught me how to swim, dude. And the next,
you stand up in a pool.
The next thing that I always asked for that I never got was actually Grand Theft Auto 3.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, my mom said it was too violent.
Yeah, GTA 2 is where I stopped. Next one, Little Sister. And now that I understand what goes into it and how much work it is, I was like, I kind of understand why I was turned away.
Also, you can't guarantee a girl.
That's also a good point.
No, you can't by the positions. I'm going to go with...
It's all about who finishes first.
That's right. That's right. Got me all distracted now. I wanted a rock polisher as a kid. My dad would never get me one. And listening to how loud they are, I don't really blame him.
That makes a lot of sense. My dad got my little brother drums.
Oh, that is brutal. That's brutal.
I was like, that is not smart, my friend.
I think I'm getting my daughter a karaoke mic for Christmas. So that.
Oh, bro, you definitely got to get her drums at one point in time, dude.
Drums.
Make sure they stay at the other house.
What's worse, like a trombone or like a violin? Like make her practice the violin.
I don't know. I have a newfound respect for the flute, so you should get her a flute.
Oh, that would be good. Third pick, I'm gonna go telescope. I always wanted a telescope, never got one.
Me too. I got one as an adult though. I won a telescope on Instagram.
Did you really?
That shit was tight, bro. You know those like, comment, follow fucking giveaways?
You actually won one of them?
I won a telescope from that.
Oh shit.
And first of all, I always thought those things were a joke. But I was just like, if this is all I have to do, I'll follow some motherfuckers and like and comment.
Right.
I get a shot. They're like, they tagged me in the post and it's like, what am I getting tagged in? I was just like, oh shit. It was a Neil deGrasse Tyson fan page on Instagram.
Dope.
Who, by the way, at the time, I thought it was actually Neil deGrasse Tyson's Instagram. Next one, Sega Dreamcast.
Ooh.
That console was ahead of its time. It was online. It was disc. Like, oh, bro, it was so ahead of its time. And it just, unfortunately, just never picked up traction. I remember the graphics on that thing. Outstanding. Sega Dreamcast. And I was a Sega Genesis kid, too.
Nice. My third pick, I always wanted one of those NFL Blitz game arcades in my room.
Oh.
Yeah, you can get one now. It's
I can.
fire.
But I want my dad to pay for it.
Nevada grew up with in Nevada's house, they had a pinball machine right as you walked in.
That's next on my list. So
that shit would just keep me entertained for hours. Pinball machine.
Yeah. I wanted a very specific pinball machine. It was a Dragon Ball Z pinball machine. I was obsessed with it, and my dad was like, "No."
You can get it now, though.
My guy was asking for $1,000 plus.
To
gifts,
be fair,
bro.
To be fair, when I thought of this was something that Nevada sent to me. Shout out Nevada. I had everything I wanted as a kid. This stuff is just random shit that I could remember asking for, and they were like, "No," but I got everything else I wanted. So
Yeah, that's a disclaimer. Yeah, putting this list together, I was like, God damn, because I got everything I asked for. It action figures, games, playing cards. Like I was never.
My dad bought me a car at 14.
I was never lacking in that department. So I agree with everything you said.
He was like, "You have basketball practice at what time?" No, let's go buy a car.
Must be nice, guys. Jermaine, you're up.
I know. I just wanted you to sit in your pity a little longer because we don't give a fuck. Bull starter jacket.
I'd be worth some money these days,
bro. You know what? Here's the thing, though. I wanted a Bull starter jacket. I never asked for it. If I would have asked for it, I would have got it. I just never asked for it.
Right.
So that's on me.
All right, I'm going to close it out with two picks here. One was a top-of-the-line baseball bat. My dad, when he finally relented and bought me a baseball bat, it was like the $50 Target bats that sound like you're hitting it with a sheet of aluminum when you hit it.
Did you see that Instagram video I sent the other day?
Yeah.
And it was dad talking about $4,000 worth of bats.
Yeah, no. Absolutely
for
not.
Two hits?
Yeah,
for 2 hits?
Yeah. I mean, rightfully so. Like, I'm sure that's why my dad bought me a Target bat. He's like, he's not going to use it anyway. And then I had a computer in my room from a very young age, but my parents, smartly or unsmartly, locked it. So I wasn't the owner. I was just a user. I wasn't the administrator. And I didn't know the administrator password. So whenever I would get computer games from my friends, I would go to try to install them, and I couldn't install any computer games. And I just wanted to play the Halo computer game because I had it in my room for years.
So fire.
For years, I had the original Halo Combat Evolved. And I tried to install it every 3 to 6 months.
Bro, so one thing that blew my mind about the PC Halo is they had a fucking flamethrower.
Yeah.
In the Combat Evolved Halo on PC, but when it was put on Xbox, they got rid of the flamethrower.
Yeah.
How does that make the game better?
PC exclusive before there were PC exclusives.
Yeah, exactly. So the last one I had is Jordan 11s. My mom did buy me a pair of Jordans. Forget which pair it was, but I tore up my sneaks as a kid, so she was just like, "You're out of your goddamn mind." And then I started buying my own, and for some reason, I guess I never. Well, you know what? I never saw Jordan 11s for sale on the wall because everyone wanted them.
That's funny. Last one. I'll never forget this conversation with my dad. I asked him for a GameCube. He was like, "What is that?" I was like, "It's a game console." He's like, "What are those 3 things sitting over there?" I was like, "Game consoles." So why the fuck would I buy you another one? I was like, "This is GameCube, Dad." And he never bought me a GameCube, so
that was my favorite console.
I was fucking depressed, dude. I just want to play Wario. I can't fucking say his name, but the Warrior game.
Warrior or Wario?
Wario, like Mario, but with a W.
Why does that trip you up?
I don't know. It's just one of those. Yeah, I can't get it, dude.
Okay, for the people at home, did you just say your dad said, "What are those 3 things sitting over there?"
Yeah. I had a
I had to
64,
beg, borrow, and plead to get a
PlayStation,
PS1 when the PS2 was out. And my man's over here talking about 3 game systems, an in-ground pool, a pinball machine. Get the fuck out of here.
His list was pretty aggressive. Like total, your list was like $30,000 probably.
Yeah,
I mean, I wanted one of those cool pools that was like 50,000.
Yeah, okay, so there you go, bro.
Nah,
I had every console too, though. So, but that 3 brothers, so we all had it. Oh, did we lose him?
no, I think he's coming back. I think he went off camera to do something. But like, I mean, dude, my dad worked hard, dude. You know,
your parents were well off, Eric.
Yeah,
it's okay to say that. By the way,
Yeah.
it's okay to be well off.
I know.
For the record.
I know. It's just, you know, I don't want to rub it in people's face. Like, yeah, I grew up privileged, bitch. Like, you know what I mean?
I would. What the fuck?
Nah.
If I was asking for a pool as a kid, I would
Honestly,
for sure let people know.
Because the quickest reality check happened when I left the house. I was like, oh shit, I don't have parents' funds no more.
It's expensive.
Yeah, I was like, fuck, I might want to go back and just deal with my dad's rules, which there weren't any. So
let's get into blind 5.
Oh, all right, yeah.
Wait, any honorable mentions, boys?
I don't know.
No, I mean I could barely put 5 together. I was pretty content as a kid, dude.
After I saw Kill Bill, I asked my dad for a samurai sword, but that wasn't like a legit thing. But other than that, no, I can't think of anything else.
I think every kid wanted a samurai sword.
Yeah, after you saw
my little brother wanted a samurai sword, got a samurai sword though.
Nice.
It
All right,
was like $100, but it was still dope.
moving into blind 5. I'm pretty sure you guys will get the category real quick, but let's go with Full Metal Jacket.
Military movies, specifically Vietnam era movies.
It's not specifically Vietnam.
Oh, really?
I've never seen Full Metal, so
the first
Hour.
every scene you've seen from Full Metal Jacket is in the first. No, it's in the first like 15 minutes. The first 15 minutes. The first 15 minutes is great. The other hour and 15 minutes is just anti-war propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And originally, the first 15 minutes with Lee Ermey is designed to be like, look how awful these people are treated, and it has become like a cult hit of like, it got Lee Ermey to be an honorary gunnery sergeant. He did it so well. Never served time in the Marine Corps.
That's so funny. So 5?
Yeah, 5.
Yeah.
Full Metal Jacket is 5?
Nick looked at me like, what are you talking about? Oh, we got to rank these. That's right.
Yeah. I swear to God, Eric, if Pearl Harbor is on this list.
That's funny. I'm going to go with Fury.
I actually really like the Fury movie.
I loved it. So,
I mean, who doesn't like tanks? I always wanted that Brad Pitt haircut too.
dude, it's Brad Pitt, Shia LaBeouf, and tanks.
Isn't Michael Pena in that too?
Michael Pena and fucking The Punisher.
Michael Pena not cracking jokes.
No, he's pretty funny in the movie actually.
And John Barenthal,
AKA The Punisher.
I'm gonna put it at 3.
I'm good with that. I really like that movie, but there are fire war movies, and if Eric, if he hits me when we were soldiers, I mean, instant number 1.
Ooh. I don't know. I don't know about instant number 1 if another movie's on this list.
Are you kidding me?
I'm gonna go
one-liners, dude.
Black Hawk Down.
Oh, that's number 1.
I'm still gonna put it 2 because I'm holding out. I'm holding out for a certain movie that I don't know if is on this list.
Why? What's better than what is the movie?
Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan?
Yeah.
I thought we already had that one in one of these.
I mean, it can be Tom Hanks. That could have been a Tom Hanks thing. This could be a different thing.
All right, fine. Number 2.
Black Hawk Down is 2. Yeah.
I like Black Hawk Down more than Saving Private Ryan.
Well, you guys can argue, or I can just put it at 2. All right.
You're already typing. You said you could argue as he's typing.
Although Black Hawk Down is a way better porno than Shaving Ryan's Privates.
I wouldn't be able to verify, but I believe you.
It's no 2 girls, 1 cup, though.
That's true.
It's fucking disgusting.
or the aforementioned Mr. Hand.
Fucking Jason and my boy Danny forced me to watch that 2 girls, 1 cup. Those assholes. I had no clue what it was.
In class.
Is Mr. Hand a sex video?
I don't even know what that is.
I'm not going to Google it.
You don't know.
Because it's going to lead to some trouble. So no.
Shout out to the real ones who've seen the original Mr. Hand.
The
guy dies.
I'm gonna have to lock down the internet. But what?
The guy die.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
He dies getting fucked by a horse.
What was the other thing that they made us look up as kid? Blue waffle.
Oh, blue waffle baby, dude. That's so disgusting.
That was so gross. Anyways,
those aren't war movies.
Oh yeah. Back
those are war movies. Doug.
Back to the list here.
My war.
I don't know if you guys saw it, but All Quiet on the Western Front.
I have not seen it. Putting that number 4.
Great movie, but yeah, number 4.
Number 4.
You should definitely watch it.
The new one that's like 8 hours.
Yeah, the new one is good though, and the old one's pretty good too.
It's so long though.
How long?
Did you like 1917?
Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah, you'll like All Quiet on the Western Front then.
But it's 4 hours. It'll
be fine.
Dude, these movies, they got to stop making these marathon movies, bro.
Watch it in installments.
You got to set up a watching plan.
Right.
All right. And then the last one is, of course, Pearl Harbor. You guys have Pearl Harbor at number 1.
I liked Pearl Harbor.
Fucking hate you. I hate you so much.
And this is your fault. I tried to put Black Hawk Down at number 1.
You did. I hate you.
What's wrong with Pearl Harbor?
I'm not doing it.
What's wrong with Pearl Harbor?
It's not a better war movie than any of these.
I'm just kidding. I just wanted to
rile you motherfucker.
Obviously, it's Saving Private Ryan, fam.
It's
number 1, yeah.
Fire movie, but it's not more entertaining than Black Hawk Down.
So I know, like, sometimes I want to trick you guys into getting like a Pearl Harbor at number 1, but sometimes I actually just want to give you guys 5 awesome things and see how you rank them. And to me, all these are awesome, except apparently Nick hates Full Metal Jacket.
Full Metal Jacket sucks.
Nah, not the first 30 minutes, dude.
But it doesn't make up for the rest of the movie.
I think it does, dude.
No, it doesn't.
And then he's all in the ending taking pictures and shit, dude.
If the ending sucks in a movie, the movie sucks.
Or Eric, if people don't remember the movie past the first 15 minutes, the movie sucks.
Okay, so let me ask you this. The first 4 we'll leave. We take off Full Metal Jacket. What's another movie that you guys would put in here that's at the same quality as these that you would consider making, like, would it be 1917? Would it be Platoon? Would it be fucking Basic Training? Would it be G.I. Jane?
We Were Soldiers.
G.I. Jane it's gotta be worse.
But We Were Soldiers is it is a movie. Fuck, dude. I keep thinking it's a goddamn
Tears of the Sun.
Tears of the Sun, Behind Enemy Lines.
Tears of the Sun was fire.
Is Behind Enemy Lines the Jude Law one?
Owen Wilson.
What's the Jude Law one? Enemy at the Gates?
Oh, is that Will Smith?
No, that's Behind Enemy. No.
Behind Enemy Lines?
No. The Will Smith one is Enemy of the State or something like that.
That's what Nick just said. Enemy of the State, right?
I think so.
No, Enemy at the Gates.
Enemy at the Gates. Jesus. Tropic Thunder. Tropic Thunder instead of Full Metal Jacket.
How is that a war movie? I guess.
What do you mean?
No, they're actors playing in war. You know what I mean?
In a real war, Eric.
Dude, Enemy at the Gates. Jude Law plays a sniper. Rachel Weisz is like is the heartthrob. Ron Perlman is his like spotter, and he goes up against a Nazi sniper who's played by Ed Harris. It's such a fire movie.
And what streaming services is it on?
I don't know. You got all of them. Does it matter?
Sometimes you're not on any of them, dude. It's fucking annoying.
It's on Paramount, YouTube, Roku, Amazon Prime, Google Play, Apple TV, Vudu, Redbox still exists, and Pluto TV. Shout out Redbox.
Redbox is an app now, dude.
Shout out Redbox. It's not even a machine anymore?
They still have machines, but it's an app now. What other? Shooter.
American Sniper.
What is it?
I keep thinking there's a movie named Glory something.
Glory.
Oh, Glory with Denzel. Oh, the Civil War, right? Yeah, there we go.
The Battle of Fort Fisher.
Yeah.
The Alamo. Have they made a movie about the Alamo?
I think it was called The Alamo.
Yeah. What about this is a fictional war, but like King Arthur?
Starship Troopers, if we're going fictional war.
Starship Troopers, baby. You know I'm a stand for some Starship Troopers. Eric
Star
hates
Wars
that movie, bro. That's in the name.
Star Wars,
It's
fictional
in the name,
war.
bro. It's in the name. The Clone Wars. Put that at number 5, Eric.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely. Not.
Starship Troopers.
Let's go ahead and get into the NFL Week 12 review. Current NFL pick'em records: Nick is 50-46-2. I'm 47-63-3, and Eric's 11-16. What are your 2 takeaways from Week 12, Eric?
Takeaways from Week 12. Let me run it down real quick. Sorry, I wasn't prepared.
Nick, what are your 2 takeaways from Week 12?
Since the NFL has changed the overtime rules because of Josh Allen is now 0-6 in overtime games.
Yeah, but they haven't changed it for the better.
No, not for the better. I'm just saying since they changed it because of him, he's now 0-6.
What a guy. Josh Allen is just getting dragged this year, dude.
My second takeaway is I think a tweet you sent, Jermaine, which is the NFC South is the NFL's version of the AL Central in baseball.
Eric sent that.
Maybe that was Eric. I thought that was amazing, but that technically makes it, once again, the most competitive division in the NFL.
Yes, 100%.
I don't think the Carolina Panthers are eliminated from playoff contention yet, are they?
No, they can still win the division. I mean, a lot of shit's got to go right, but Jesus, Kyrie Irving hit the flop.
Nah, dude, he tripped him.
NFC South right now. NFC South right now. Falcons 5-6. They lead the division. Saints 5-6. Bucks 4-7. Panthers 1-10. The Panthers are only 4 games back at 1-10.
Yeah.
That's the craziest stat.
All right, so Eric's unprepared right now. I'll go next. So there was actually a law passed by, I forget the president. I want to say JFK, but that feels too far back.
63, I think, National Broadcasting Act.
Yeah, the National Broadcasting Act that does not allow the NFL to have Friday or Saturday games. What?
67. The president in 67 was still John F. Kennedy, I think.
I think it was.
Lyndon B. Johnson.
Okay, so signed by Lyndon B. Johnson. It was an act that outlawed the NFL from broadcasting games on Friday and Saturday until after college and high school football season has concluded, which is why you usually see NFL games on Saturday in December. They found a loophole, though, right? The reason why they were able to have the first ever Black Friday game this Friday, and they set the time to be before 6 p.m., which is why the game started at 3. And because in the act, it said they cannot broadcast 6 p.m. and after on Fridays and all the way through Saturday into Sunday. So that's how they got through it. They found the loophole. They were able to broadcast on Black Friday, and it was fucking terrible. Why do we insist on terrible football? Thursday football is already bad. Why are we doing Friday football now? It's going to be bad. It's bad. I didn't even tune in.
I hate it. I like it's if Thursday night football was bad when it went on Amazon, it's going to be bad on Friday.
It's terrible. And what's funny is like I could get behind the NFL on Saturday, but because of that act, you can't have NFL games on Saturday. And so that's the one day that makes the most sense to me. It's all bad. Like, just stop doing it. I don't even watch Thursday night football. I'm for sure never watching a Black Friday game. The only time I want to watch Thursday football is on Thanksgiving. It's the only time. So that's my first takeaway. I just wanted to reveal that little fun fact there. And then Derek Carr sucks in the red zone. Final point. 5 red zone trips, 0 touchdowns, except for 1, but it was the Atlanta Falcons touchdown, a pick 6. He sucked in the red zone with the Raiders. I was not excited to have him. I'm not excited to have him now. Him and Dennis Allen are going to go down together again. Yeah, Derek Carr cost Dennis Allen his job once. He's going to cost him again. And I can't fucking wait to be done with Derek Carr and Dennis Allen.
The relationship's already soured. I think the relationship soured when you got him. You weren't too excited.
I was the opposite of excited. I was the opposite, bro. I came around because it's still my team, like, and football season was starting, but I'm not in on Derek Carr. I'm not in on Dennis Allen. I'm not in on Pete Carmichael. Just Mickey Loomis. It's been a fun ride. You got to go too. Everyone's got to go. Let's start fresh. I don't want the Sean Payton 2006 offense anymore. I don't want the same defense we've been running since 2006 as well. Let's fucking modernize the New Orleans Saints. But before we do that, let's clean up our books. Let's trade a bunch of our older players and let Dennis Allen suck all of next year to lower his head coaching record even further, because I don't think he should be a head coach ever again. And then we fire him with a cleaned up book with probably the number 1 overall pick, and we keep it pushing. All right, Eric, what are your 2 takeaways?
2 takeaways. First takeaway, if you give Sean McVay a running game, he is one of the best coaches in football. The Rams are a fucking amazing football team.
It's the Arizona Cardinals, though.
Yeah, it's the Arizona Cardinals, but they beat the Cowboys. So anyway, and then my second takeaway would be that the Cowboys are bullies. They've beat the shit out of non-winning teams, and then they've lost. They've literally been doubled up on the score by teams with winning records and the Arizona Cardinals. So I'm just going to keep screaming this from the mountaintops until fucking it gets proven. But the Cowboys are just bullies, dude. They're not Super Bowl contenders. They bully people that are of lower class than them. And the minute they have any type of real test or real competition, they fold and they get blasted. And that's my only take. I just felt like hating on the Cowboys.
This is one of the reasons why I fade Rams spreads when Kyrie Williams was out. When Sean McVay can run the football, his offense is dynamic. When he can't run the football,
it's just crazy because you look at Matthew Stafford's numbers, and then you look without a running game, and then you see he had 4 passing touchdowns with Kyrie Williams.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Cardinals, though.
I understand that, but it's still the NFL level of play. Like,
it's the Cardinals. They're like the worst team against the run. They're also like the worst team against tight ends.
Is what I said not factual?
No, it is. But I'm saying Matt Stafford's performance was a byproduct of – because we've seen him with Kyrie Williams at the beginning of the season. Did he have 4 touchdowns in a game?
Maybe. I don't know. Let me look.
He's on your fantasy team. Look, you should have been known.
They won 2 games without Kyrie Williams. They won 2 games with Kyrie Williams. They lost almost every game without him except for 2, and then they got blasted by. That's a tough loss.
So all Sean McVay needs is running back, right, Eric?
That's all he needs, baby.
60% of the time, it works every time.
What's the Rams' record right now? 4-8?
4-8. No.
4-7?
4-7.
4-7. Okay. They're technically not eliminated from the trash NFC.
5-6. Sorry.
5-6.
Yeah, they're in the
they're for sure in the hunt.
Mm-hmm.
In the Kareem hunt.
Yeah, I think they might replace the. I know a lot of us had either Washington or Minnesota as the last wild card, but it might be the Rams.
Fucking Nick is slow on the update there. Let's go ahead and get into the NFL Week 13 betting slate. Take it away with Nick's Nuggies.
Week 13 betting slate. Nobody coming off the bye. Kirk Cousins is lost. He's lost his life, so he's not in prime time anymore. However, we do have 2 West Coast teams traveling to the East Coast early. The Los Angeles Chargers will travel to New England. They are 6-point favorites right now. And the Arizona Cardinals will travel to Pittsburgh to face the Steelers. I will only be taking one of those games. I will be taking Pittsburgh -5.5, hosting Arizona. By the way, we get the stat that 53 straight games, I believe, 53 or 54 straight games, the the Pittsburgh Steelers operated without a 400-yard game under Matt Canada. And then the first game that he comes back, they're over 400 yards. So love to see that. There were 7 teams, Jermaine, last week that scored less than 10 points, including the New York Giants, who beat the New England Patriots 10. Unfortunately, 2 of them are on bye. So the New York Giants are on bye. The Minnesota Vikings are also on bye. Of the 5 remaining teams, we have the Washington Commanders. I almost made an on that one. The Washington Commanders, they face Miami as 9.5-point dogs. The Cincinnati Bengals, they face the Jaguars as 8.5-point dogs. The Carolina Panthers, they face the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as 5.5-point dogs. And then we already mentioned it. The Chargers and the New England Patriots both scored less than 10 points, and they play each other. So there's going to be
the ineptitude.
We're going to play both sides of that. Looking at these games on the year, when favorites, when teams score less than 10 points and are favorites the next week, they are 8-7. That's 53%. When dogs, when teams score less than 10 points the previous week and then are dogs the following week, they are 11-11-3, which is exactly 50%. I don't want any action off that, except for I will take the Miami Dolphins minus 9.5, because this year, favorites with a spread of greater than or equal to 9.5 are 17-11 against the spread, 24-4 straight up. That's 60% against the spread.
Jesus.
I will also take
Miami minus 9.5. Okay.
Miami minus 9.5. I will also take in that game Miami over 50.5. Miami Washington over 50.5. This year, when that spread is greater than or equal to 9.5, we normally like to advise to take the under, but this year the over is 18-10 in those games. That's 64% that the over is hitting when the spread is greater than or equal to 9.5.
Okay.
Couple of other games, 2 divisional games. By the way, 6 teams on bye this week after no teams last week. 2 teams playing divisional matchups. The Indianapolis Colts travel into Tennessee to face the Titans. They are on a 2-game losing streak in Tennessee after winning the 3 prior to that. In the last 3 years, in 3 of the last 5 years, the total has been under 42.5. So I'm going to take that, Indianapolis and Tennessee under 42.5. In 4 of the 5 matchups, 2 things have been true. The Tennessee Titans team total has been over 17, and the spread has been at least 9. I think the Tennessee Titans can win this game. So can you find me, Jermaine or Eric, what Tennessee minus 9 is?
Tennessee minus 9.
Mm-hmm. And what the Tennessee team total is. While we're looking that up, I'll move on to the other divisional matchup. That's the Carolina Panthers traveling into Tampa Bay to play the Buccaneers. Carolina is currently on a 3-game losing streak in Tampa. They've also lost 4 of the last 5. A couple of notes from this game. In those last 5 years, the total has not been below 41 points. So I'm going to hammer the Panthers Tampa Bay over 37. I also want to see what the over 41 looks like.
Tennessee minus 9 is plus 364.
Okay, I'll take plus 364, Tennessee. What's the Tennessee team total right now?
I'm trying to look for it. So it doesn't give you team totals; it just gives you all the lines. What number are you looking for?
17.
So Tennessee
over 17.
Over 17. So there's over 16.5 is minus 258. Over 17.5 is minus 180. Okay,
so no action there. So we'll scratch the Tennessee team total. So moving into Carolina, Tampa Bay, we're obviously going to take the line at 37. Can you tell me what Carolina, Tampa Bay over 41 is?
I will get that for you.
The total in the last 5 years, I said, has not been below 41 points. A couple of notes to continue this matchup. The spread has also not been inside 6 points. I think Tampa Bay is the better team in here, as I talked about at length in the first 10 minutes of this podcast. I want to see what Tampa minus 6 gets.
Over 42?
Say that again.
You wanted over 42?
Over 42, yeah.
Over 42 is plus 169. Tampa Bay minus 6.
I will take. I think it's Tampa Bay 5.5 right now, right?
It is Tampa Bay minus.
I'll just stick with Tampa Bay minus 5.5. If you can look up team totals for me, Jermaine, the Carolina team total in the last 5 years has not been under 17, and the Tampa Bay total has not been under 24. I know that seems pretty obvious when you talk about 41 points.
Okay. What? So you want
Carolina over 17?
Carolina
over 16.5.
plus 110.
Okay, I'll take that.
And Tampa Bay over 23.5 is plus 136.
I will take both of those. A couple of other notes for rest advantage, rest disadvantage. There were 5 teams that played on Thanksgiving that are faced, or 6 teams that played on Thanksgiving. There's only 5 matchups that involve rest advantage, rest disadvantage, because the Dallas Cowboys and the Seattle Seahawks play each other this week. That would be Green Bay with a rest advantage playing KC, who has a rest disadvantage. The team that I named first has the rest advantage. The team that I named second has the rest disadvantage. Detroit will play the New Orleans Saints. The Washington Commanders will play Miami, another reason to take Miami minus 9.5. And the San Francisco 49ers will play Philly. There are 2 teams that played on Monday Night Football, Chicago and Minnesota. But as we already mentioned, Minnesota's on the bye and Chicago is also on the bye, so they don't play anybody else. In those games, to spotlight 2 of them, Detroit is 11-3 with a rest advantage against the spread. New Orleans is 7-7 against the spread. Give me the Lions minus 4.
Lock of the week.
And the San Francisco 49ers since 2019 with a rest advantage are 14-6 against the spread. The Philadelphia Eagles since 2019, 7-8 against the spread. Give me San Francisco minus 3. It jumped to. It jumped in the last hour that we've been podcasting. It's jumped a half point. I had it at 2.5. It's jumped to 3 right now. Give me the 49ers minus 3.
It's crazy. Home dogs with 1 loss.
Yeah,
it's bonkers.
Crazy.
That's bonkers.
Vegas knows something we don't. And that is all we have for Knicks Nuggets this week. What do you gentlemen got on this slate?
Did you give us your parlay, Nick?
No parlay this week.
All right.
Scared money.
Jermaine?
I think I'm just taking a lot of here. You know what, Eric? I'll cook up a parlay for you. Let me get Pittsburgh, Miami, Detroit, and San Francisco.
All money lines?
Give me? All money lines. What does that give
Plus 323.
Throw Tennessee in there. Money line.
Plus 746.
Love it. 746. Love that. That's a parlay. You can either play the first 4, which is the favorites parlay that pays you over plus 300. Add Tennessee in there right now. The spread, you should just be betting that game on win-loss right now because I think Indy is minus 1 point favorites.
Yeah, it's even money right now on Titans money line.
So if you add Tennessee in there, you can get a nice little boost at plus 100.
Yeah, so I'm taking Dallas minus 8.5. I haven't liked what I've seen from Seattle's Thursday Night Football, and Dallas seems to be red hot. And as Eric said, they play well against bad teams. And if I'm not mistaken, Seattle is under 500 right now. Correct?
No, they're 6-5.
Wow, they've been terrible. So yeah, I'm sticking with it. I think this is their first win against a winning team.
Okay.
Miami, I'll take Miami minus 9.5, staying away from the over-under. Look, I'm not betting it because I'm not fading the Saints, but Detroit minus 4, I'm telling you, lock of the week. New England Patriots plus 6, give me the spread. The fucking Chargers are helpless. And boy, Pittsburgh Steelers almost a 6-point favorite. Give me the Arizona Cardinals plus 5.5. And I'll take under 41 in that game. It's probably silly to take that, but Atlanta versus the Jets. Give me Atlanta minus 2.5. If they win by a field goal, that's perfect. Tennessee, dude, do I want to bet Tennessee money line? How many times has that burned me this year? What's their record?
Who?
Tennessee, I think I picked them money line on
4 and
all
7.
7 losses. Stay away from that. I'll take the over in the Denver-Houston game, over 47.5. I'm going to go with Eagles money line. I mean, one-loss team at home. I know the 49ers are damn good at football, but the Eagles are not bad. So, like, that's kind of crazy to me. I want to know how Vegas drew this line up.
What's the old Brent Musburger thing?
What is it?
A good dog at home getting the points. Give me the points.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll take Eagles +3 as well. I like the juice at +130 on that. But, yeah, give me the Eagles +3. And also give me the over 46.5 in that. It just
seems way too low, right?
It seems way too low. Yeah, for sure.
Remember, we said that same exact thing about the Kansas City game. They set it at 45.5.
It rained in that game, though. Is it raining in this game?
I don't know.
Do you know that?
I can't predict the weather, but
come on now, Weatherman Eric.
Yeah, this is all it takes to predict the weather, Eric. Philly forecast Sunday.
Heavy rain.
Yeah, I mean, if it's
60% rain.
60% chance of rain?
Yeah.
But does it mean in that area? Either way, I'll take the over in that game. I think a lot of touchdowns are about to be scored, defensive or offensive. It could be either way. This game is fascinating. The Cleveland Browns versus the Rams. Myles Garrett is hurt. Amari Cooper is hurt. I mean, they're about to start Joe Flacco at quarterback. Give me under 39.5 in this ball game.
Cleveland versus LA. 139.
And dude, I have to say, Jordan Love's been playing well as of late. I know how we love to crucify people 6 or 7 games in and not say they're in. I think I actually buried him as well, just because I thought he was going to be better. But he's playing well. It's going to be fascinating to see them go against this Kansas City team. I don't want any action on that game. That over-under at 42, I think the over might hit.
Bet it then.
I'm not betting it.
No,
I just said I don't want any action.
No.
And 8.5 is too much. What are your guys' thoughts on Jacksonville this year?
Rubbish.
Let's see. What they score last week?
24. Wasn't it 24-21?
They won. Yeah, they won 24-21 against the Texans. They're going to crush the Bengals this week.
They're going to crush the Bengals this week?
Yeah.
Jake Browning played well.
Jake Browning?
Isn't that his name?
Jake Browning, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Former Washington Huskies.
Nick said it like with a question mark. I was like, damn, I get the name wrong. Dude, I just don't have any faith in Jacksonville to cover an 8.5-point spread. Eric, do we have the spread from last week? What was the spread in the Texans-Jacksonville game? Was it 3 points?
Actually, I don't know. In games after they lost by 8 to the Chiefs. They then lost by 20 to the Texans, then beat the Falcons by 16, lost to the 49ers by 31, beat the Titans by 20. So
where's the
we didn't pick that game last week.
I'm just trying. Nobody picked the spread. I'm just trying to see. Usually ESPN will have it right here somewhere. No. I'll Google it and try to find it for you.
No, it's not a big deal. I was just curious. Dude, bonkers. I can't give me Cincinnati plus 8.5.
It ended 1.5. Jags 1.5 point favorite, so they technically covered.
That's what it closed at, right?
Closed
Not
at,
what it opened at?
Hold on, I'll tell you what it opened at. I don't know why I'm looking online for it when I have a whole fucking app for this.
That's why I thought I was I was just like, nickel.
I wasn't fucking paying attention. All right, week 12. That game opened Jacksonville -1, closed Jacksonville -1 on DraftKings.
Open -1, close -1?
No line movement. Yep.
I thought you just said it closed -1.5.
Yeah, that's on ESPN Bet.
Different site. Got it. ESPN Bet, that's a thing now.
It's a thing. Yep. They bought Penn from Barstool. Or Penn sold whatever. You know what I mean.
Words and things.
Fucking
Dude, fuck it. Give me Cincinnati plus 8.5, dude.
hell yeah.
I had it.
Hell yeah, brother.
And then I'm gonna do an underdog parlay. So give me the give me the Philadelphia Eagles. Give me the Denver Broncos. Oh, Tennessee Titans counts. It's even money. And
going through the weeks here, Jacksonville was 7.5-point favorites week 3 against Houston, lost by 20.
Jacksonville lost to Houston by 20 this year?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They still going through 4-point favorites against the Colts. They won by 17. That's not really crazy big numbers though. I think they already had their bye. They were 2-point dogs to New Orleans. I don't actually know what this Jacksonville team is.
Yeah, they're a fucking conundrum. That's why I asked the question. That's why I was like, what are your fucking thoughts on Jacksonville? Sorry, who do I have right now? I have Eagles, Broncos, Titans. Give me the Cardinals. Fading Mike Tomlin this week.
6.5-point favorites. The Titans beat them by 20.
Yeah, why
week,
are you
week 11
weeks?
Huh? I'm just picking weeks where they're favored by a lot, considering they're favored by 8.5 this week. They've only had 2 weeks where they're favored by a lot.
And one of them was they lost to the Texans by 20.
And they lost to the Texans by 20 and then beat the Titans by 20. So I'll take a tie, Eric.
We also can't use those as a barometer because we know division matchups. For whatever reason, I don't know why. It doesn't make sense in the NFL, but division matchups are always weird to bet.
So, yeah, 100%.
And what were the odds on that dogs parlay?
Plus 3,488.
There you go. So I took Titans, Cardinals, Eagles, and Broncos. Mm-hmm. Oh, do I get froggy and throw the Jets in there too?
Absolutely not.
Do it.
Absolutely not.
Yo, by the way, Eric, because that's the last time I bets. Will you tell us your 3 bets, and then will you look up Tim Boyle's college statistics?
Yeah. All right, so my 3 bets are going to be Houston, Denver over 47.5, Miami, Washington under 50.5, and Indianapolis, Tennessee under 42.5. I'm doing all overs unders this week.
Just because you felt froggy?
Just because I felt froggy, baby.
Tim Boyle played 3 years at UConn. He completed 48% of his passes. This is in 3 years, by the way. Threw for 1,200 yards. Had 1 touchdown.
Yes.
In his sophomore year, by the way. And had 13 interceptions.
Yes.
All right. So, just real quick. He also had 49 carries for minus 122 yards.
Okay. Well, hold on. But we're forgetting. Hold on. We're forgetting he had 3 solo tackles.
That's true. He had 3 solo tackles. 2 in 2015, and he doubled up the tackles.
Bro, we got to line him up at safety, dog.
That's what it is. Tim Boyle, dominator.
So, look, I just wanted to point this out. We've talked about this on the podcast before. Remember when he started for the Detroit Lions?
Yes.
Yeah, both of you just instantly, yes, I remember. Yes. Why is this guy starting in the NFL? Why? What in God's name have you seen on film from this guy that he should still be starting in the NFL?
4 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. It's a better rate than in college. That's what I'm seeing. 63% completion percentage. That's what I'm seeing.
It does not make sense to me, man. What? So Trevor Siemian is on the New York Jets. Will you pull up Trevor Siemian's NFL statistics?
Holy shit. He has 25 carries for -2 yards, guys, and 3 first downs.
Trevor Siemian's
Trevor Seaman?
College?
No, that's Tim Boyle.
No, I want Trevor Siemian's. I keep saying Seaman now. Trevor Siemian's NFL statistics.
No tackles though for Timothy Kevin Boyle. That's I don't like that part of his game is dropped off at the professional level.
What's his tackle rate on Madden?
Who knows?
So in 6 seasons, Trevor Siemian, 35 games played, 58.9 completion percentage, 7,000 yards, 42 touchdowns, 28 interceptions.
42 touchdowns. That guy is backing up Tim Boyle.
Yo, Tim Boyle has a 25 rating for tackle on Madden.
Stud.
It's not nothing.
Also, I have a bone to pick with you. I've been trying to get you to download Madden this whole time, and then you just download it in the background and don't hit your boy up.
I was playing while Katie was taking a shower.
No, fuck you. I don't want to play anyways.
Okay.
Keep talking about starting a franchise, and all of a sudden you start a franchise and have all the picks already.
Yeah.
Selfish.
You want
them? Yeah, always.
What could you do with 6 first-round picks in the first 2 years of a franchise?
Huston Duff, anyone?
Now you're gonna have to put up with me, who's 0-5 now. So,
oh my god, dude, are you still on offense?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I don't know if my defensive skills live up to the hype anymore.
Listen, it doesn't matter what they live up to. I got you basically 8 day one picks, 10 day one picks over 2 years.
Do you remember the linebacker's name?
I don't.
Oh man, the linebacker I always played as. Our first round pick, we drafted him. Oh, anyways,
Anthony Lewis maybe or something.
Sure. I thought it was something with a wild, like a K or R on the last name.
A hard R?
No,
I don't think you can call linebackers that anymore, Jermaine.
For the record, I did not call them that. You guys got anything else for the 10s and 10s?
Nothing for me.
All right.
No using hard R's, guys.
Thanks for joining us. I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. Oh, wait. Did you guys get anything on Black Friday?
I got a PC. I got an all-in-one desktop PC.
Nice. Eric got 40 bars of soap.
Oh, yeah. My back order from Dr. Squatch, dude.
Got the biggest box of soap I've ever seen.
You got 40 bars of soap?
Not intentionally. There was a back order, so they sent me my 18 regularly and then my other 18, but there was 2 free ones in there. Or
you get 18 bars of soap every month?
No. It's like a 6-month subscription or something. I don't know exactly what it times out to be, but the last order didn't come because it was on back order, so they just doubled up on this next order for me.
Because they think they're going to have a back order again?
I don't know,
dude.
Because they charged them for the back order probably, and they charged them for the new order, so they sent it off. We also have a fuck ton of Irish Spring for some goddamn reason.
Well, before I was, really caring about what was going on in my body, and then we bought all that shit. What?
Lies.
No, I use all organic products. I still eat like shit and drink and do stupid shit.
Exactly. So you don't care what goes in your body.
Step by step, baby. Step by step. It's not all just, at one time. You got to ease into it. Right now,
Jermaine, end the show before he puts his foot further in his mouth. Or do you not like your foot? You like your foot going into your mouth?
I don't know how my foot's going in my mouth.
Is that organic?
I don't know how my foot's going in my mouth.
Before I started watching what I put into my body, besides alcohol and shitty food.
Yeah.
I don't touch Irish Spring body wash, though.
I don't touch Irish Spring body wash anymore. I think I'm saying is wrong.
He's not, but it's still funny. So I bought a shower head, banging shower head. The water pressure in my shower is bonkers right now. Bought a new shower curtain. I bought some new towels. I bought new pillows for the couch. I bought a Manscaped. I'm trying to think what else I bought. It was all responsible adult shit.
Yeah, Black Friday gets boring when you're being a responsible adult.
Everyone's like, oh, TVs and all this other stuff. I'm like, nah, dude. What you do is all the household stuff is on sale. I bought soap, Dr. Bronner's soap, where you can make it. You can use it for goddamn everything. It's all organic, but you just dilute it with water to make whatever you need. So if you need hand soap or dish soap or laundry detergent, you just dilute it with water. I was like, this shit's on sale. I bought the One Blades. Do you know what a One Blade is? Bro, swear by that thing. I don't shave no more. I gave away my razor. I just use the One Blade. And then I finally bought the hype. Jason has been talking about the Manscaped trimmer.
It's so good, dude.
Did
you get the 4.0?
I got the 5.0, dog.
Man, I'm still operating the 3, dude.
I'm on the
I'm on the 3 too.
I'm at elite hotness right now, bro.
Honestly, it hasn't given out, so I don't feel the need to buy another one, dude. You know what
I'm
I mean?
not. No, this thing. I'm gonna hold.
It's got
this
a
thing
light.
for-
It works in the shower. I'm good to go, dude.
So
what
it's
does the 5 do? Does it caress your plums as
It makes you
is
come.
I was gonna say the same thing. I was gonna say the same thing. That's so
You
funny.
just place it at the base of your cock and you just run.
It finds the G.
Wait, are we still recording? Oh, fuck.
It finds the G spot externally.
it's a self-drain. It has a self-drainage and collection system.
Bro.
Good job, Eric.
Oh.
That's been the internet forever now.
Hey, that's all right. It is what it is, baby.
Oh boy, I gotta wrap this up before we say
Oh
anything
fuck,
else.
play it, dude. Let's go.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Podcast Room 303. Check out our sister pod, Revenge of the Pod, with Luigi and Jason. Sometimes guest hosted with myself and Eric. Nick
Have
doesn't
me
like
on, you
them for-
bums.
Nick doesn't like them for some reason.
Have me on, you bums.
Shout out my boys who have the Run For It tees out now. They started a running community in my hometown. Awesome. Check them out on Instagram at Run For It EP. We'll see you next week when you come on down and step into the room.